Hey, what's going on, good friends? This is Godfather from Team Time Riders, and I know I have been MIA for a while. I've had school and other stuff to take care of, so I haven't really posted a lot of stuff to the channel, but today I am back and I am bringing you my updated Galaxy Eyes deck profile. I've tweaked it a bit from last time and it's still really fun, so hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching this video, and then let's get to it. So first, for the monsters, we play our 3 Galaxy Soldier. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You want to make Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then again you want to special summon him to search for a Galaxy card to your hand. You can search himself, or we can search either Galaxy Wizard or Galaxy Knight. Next, I play 2 Galaxy Knight. Again, just been working fine for me. Basically, if you have a Galaxy monster on the field, you can normal summon him without tribute him, but his attack becomes 18. And if you have Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon in your graveyard, you can target it and special summon it in defense mode. So it's really good for those rank 8 plays. And then he's a 28 beat stick. So next we play our 3 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This is the main guy in the deck. Pretty much we run him at 3. We try to have him in the graveyard so we can use Galaxy Knight's effect to special summon it and then overlay. And then he's really good against XYZ monsters, because when he's attacked or you attack with him, you can remove him and the opponent's monster until after the battle. And then if the opponent's monster was an Xyz monster, you remove all the materials, and for every material he gains 500 attack. So really good. Next, for what I tech, I play 3 Galaxy Wizard. Pretty much is your searcher of the deck. Without Galaxy Wizard, this deck wouldn't work. It's awesome because you can just normal summon him, and then he can make himself level 8, and also you can do 2 effects, so he can make himself level 8, and you contribute him to search for any Galaxy card in your deck. So it could be a Galaxy monster, or it could also be a Galaxy spell trap. So it's really good for giving the deck consistency and just searching. And then usually what I would do is, if I have him in hand with Galaxy Soldier, and I have Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon in my hand, I would discard Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to the graveyard, special summon Soldier, and with Soldier search him, and then normal summon him and search for a spell card called Galaxy Expedition, and then go to Infinity from there. You know, it's just a simple combo. Pretty good. Next, for the tech monsters, I play 2 Gameciel. I mean, right now the format is Kaiju heavy just because of stuff your opponent throws at you, such as ABC, totally awesome, and just annoying things that, you know, can't be targeted, negate stuff. So you just distribute that monster, you put the Kaiju in. I run Gameciel because he's a level 8. So in this deck, because I run level 8s, he is a good material for trading. So if you have nothing in hand, you can activate trading, send him to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. And also he's 22, so we could easily run over it with a Photon Dragon or an Exceed monster. Next, I play 2 Gem Knight Tourmaline. You can play the other Gem Knight if you want. It's just, you know, he's more pricey, but pretty much I play him because I run the Brilliant Fusion engine just for that extra normal summon. It's really useful, and he's 18, you know, if he's in the graveyard, he can be useful with Norden for an Xyz. Next, I take in 2 Maxx Cs. Maxx Cs is at 2, so I play 2. I think Maxx Cs are necessary in this deck because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is based on draw power. If you draw more cards, you have more power in this game, so I play them at 2. Next, I take in 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbits. Pretty much, it's just discard her to destroy when an effect of a card or monster is activated. You discard her and destroy the monster, and then if the spell trap card, it's a continuous trap card, it was already on the field, you can also destroy it. She doesn't only need to be in your hand. She can also be on the field. And also, I also run her just for the shenanigan that she's a tuner. So if I have a level 8 on the field and I don't have anything else, I would just normal summon her and sink her for 11 into a Star Eater, and you know, you have a big monster that whose summon can't be negated, and then you know, your opponent can't activate stuff when he attacks. So it's pretty good. Alright, next we're moving on to the spells. First I play 3 Galaxy Expedition. This is your one of the main Galaxy cards to play for the spell cards. Basically, if you have a level 5 or higher Galaxy monster on your field, you activate it and you can special summon a level 5 or higher Galaxy monster from your deck to the field. So let's say if I would have a Galaxy Soldier on the field, I would normal summon Galaxy Wizard, choose a Galaxy Wizard to search for this, activate this, special summon another Galaxy Soldier, and overlay into Cyber Dragon Infinity. This is also very useful when I have Photon Dragon or Galaxy Knight. I can just go for the level 8 and then do my rank 8 plays. Next, we play the triple trading again for discarding level 8, draw 2 cards, basically for consistency. Next, I play 2 instant fusions again, just for those rank 4 plays, you know, because I run Norden in this deck, and I also run Panzer Dragon because I run Cyber Dragon Infinity in this deck. So with instant fusion, I could summon Panzer Dragon if I have a Galaxy Soldier in the field, just overlay into Nova and then Infinity. Next, I play 2 Galaxy Zeros. I bumped it up to 2. I used to play 1 in my old deck, but now I bumped it up to 2 because it's just really good. Pretty much, it gives you a Galaxy monster from your graveyard in attack mode. So if I would have a dragon in the graveyard and I have a level 8 monster or a wizard on the field, I'll just make a level 8, revive the dragon, or a level 8, or you know, a Galaxy Soldier from my graveyard if I have another one, or Panzer Dragon, and just make the overlay plays. Also, when you revive your monster cannot attack and cannot activate effects, but if your monster would be destroyed by battle, instead of destroying the monster, you destroy this instead. The attack of the monster goes to 0, but the monster's effects are back. So let's say I would have a Galaxy S Photon Dragon on the field, and I revive him with this. If my Galaxy S would be destroyed, I would destroy this. His attack would go to 0, but let's say if my opponent were to attack it again, I could use this effect of banishing it and banishing the opponent's monster, and then when he comes back, his attack goes back to 3000. Next, I play 2 Twin Twister, pretty straightforward. Discard a card to destroy 2 cards. Pretty much we want to discard, you know, our Galaxy S Photon Dragon or any other stuff, you know, level 4s that we can use later with instant fusion or stuff like that. Next, as I said, I play the Brilliant Engine, so I play 2 Brilliant Fusion. Again, just for that extra normal summon with Seraphinite, just for the rank 8 control, and pretty much just to make a control board. So if you don't know what this does, you send 1 Gem Knight monster, so in this case, Tourmaline, and then Light Monster, and then you special summon Seraphinite. She has 0 attack points and 0 defense points, but we could do an extra normal summon, which is really useful. And then I could also do a combo. In this deck, I run Artifact Durendal. So sometimes when I overlay with Seraphinite, I would just float this card, and when it's floating, I would make my opponent just this card with Durendal's effect. I play 1 Soul Charge, pretty much to, if they negate, you know, my Infinity with a Strike or with a Warning, I could just bring it back. Also bring back all the monsters I have in graveyard just to overlay and just to get a control board. Next, for the trap cards, I run a mini trap hole engine. I play 2 Floodgates and 1 Time Space. So I feel like Floodgate is the most powerful trap hole right now, just because it flips your stuff face down and your opponent can't do anything. Also, Time Space trap hole is good, like let's say against pendulums, because if your opponent pendulum summons, you can pay, you know, the number of life points and then just return that back to the deck. Pretty much, it's a special summon from the hand or extra deck. So remember, no graveyard, only hand and extra deck, and it's pretty good. And then yeah. Alright, and lastly, I play 1 Solemn Warning and 2 Solemn Strikes just to negate stuff. Effect negations, which are really good in this format just because of cards like Totally Awesome, you know, just annoying cards that can't be targeted and active their effects. This has priority over them, so we need to get rid of them. And then one Warning, pretty much, I think is one of the most powerful trap cards in the game, as I've said many times, just because you can negate spell cards or trap cards that would special summon or any special summon. So, alright. Now let's go to the extra deck. So for my rank 4s, I play one Castel, one Abyss Dweller, and one Rafflesia. Castel, pretty straightforward, just to bounce face-up stuff back to the deck. Abyss Dweller, still have graveyard effects. Because we don't run Norden in this deck, he gives that extra boost. And then if your opponent needs to graveyard, if you make him turn 1, you can shut them down. And then Rafflesia, amazing card again with Floodgate Trap Hole, pretty much activate her effect. Then you can send from your deck to graveyard a Trap Hole by detaching one overlay unit, and then she gains the Trap Hole effect. So it's a really good control, and she's a 25 defense, so she sells pretty good. Alright. Next, for rank 5s, I play one Artifact Durendal. As I said, it's just basically 2 level 5 monsters, and this card is so trolly. I love this card just because you can change an effect of a monster, spell, or trap into making your opponent MST one of your spell or traps. So again, sometimes I would have Billion Fusion just floating there, and I could just make my opponent change an effect for popping that card, and you know, it wouldn't cost me anything. Second effect is, during the player's turn, you can shuffle your opponent's hand and your hand back to the deck and draw the same number of cards. So let's say if you see your opponent has something really good in their hand, like an Honest or something, before attacking, you can shuffle the Honest back and then make him draw the same number of cards. You know, it's pretty good against hand strategies that your opponent will make. And then I play Nova and Infinity, pretty straightforward. Control, you know, just for that control, it's pretty good.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, self-explanatory, as my friend Quantum Break would say. Alright, now let's move on to rank 7s. I play one Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. Again, you have to run it. It's one of the staple rank 8s, I guess, just because he negates stuff, negates effects, and then he can also make an armor on himself. You can use this effect on himself, so when you're attacking with him, your opponent does like a Quaking Mirror Force, you can chain his effect to him, and he's unaffected by card effects, so that way you protect yourself with his effect. Next, for the Galaxy monsters, I play one Hope Harbringer. I love this card just because this deck would often go into the lockdown. I'm gonna be able to summon this, then I could summon a Cyber Dragon Infinity. That's a really cool lockdown that we can do in this deck, and I love this card just because once per turn during the first turn, you can negate one spell card that your opponent controls, and you basically eat it. You make your overlay unit. And also, if you have another Xyz monster in your field, your opponent attacks that Xyz monster, you can detach Maxx from here and make him the attack target. Also, if your Xyz monster is destroyed, you can make another Xyz monster you control gain the attack power. So sometimes that would make him really powerful. So just awesome card.
I actually won a duel because of that. Someone destroyed my Dark Matter, and that thing went up to 7,000.
Yeah, it's awesome. Alright, now for the dragons, I play my baby Gameciel's Prime Photon Dragon. This is pretty much for the OTK. Because, unlike Blue Eyes, because we run a Gameciel's Photon Dragon, his attack won't be halved. If you don't know what it does, pretty much when he attacks or when he's attacked, you can detach one overlay unit. Usually I'm going to make him with Gameciel's Photon Dragon and Galaxy Wizard or Galaxy Knight. And what he does is we want to detach the other unit that's not Gameciel's Photon Dragon. If you have other monsters, Xyz monsters on the field, including himself, you count the ranks and you add up the ranks and then multiply that times, is it
200, I believe.
Yeah, times 200. So let's say if I have only him, I will multiply rank 8 times 200, that's 1600. So by itself, he's 56. So pretty much, it's just the OTK. And because we would have Gameciel's Photon Dragon, you know, as an overlay unit, his attack is not halved. And then, lastly, I play for the rank 8s, full armor, Gameciel's Photon Dragon. Pretty much, just because when I use his effect, if my opponent has something in the field, I can just, you know, overlay on top. He's at 4,000 beast sick, and I can pop a card. That's pretty much it. Next, Ice Tech 1, super powerful Neo Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon. Yes, he is a bit hard to make, but if you can make it, if the circumstances are right, he's awesome. Just because when he hits the field, all other face-up cards are negated, and then when you attack with him, you can detach an overlay unit, and then you need to have Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon, and then if you detach an overlay unit, if your opponent runs a lot of XCs, you know, like Burning the Best or something like that, you can shut them down. You detach all of the XYZ materials from your opponent, and then this card gains 500 attack for each overlay unit that they have. So literally, like, you can skyrocket his attack, and then he can attack the same number of times. So let's say if your opponent had an Xyz monster with 3 overlay units, he can attack 3 times. So it's awesome. Lastly, I played 1 Norden just from Best Roller Boost, and then special summoning either sometimes I special summon a Ghost Ogre for Synchro, or rank 4, level 4 from the graveyard. 1 Panzer Dragon again for Cyber Dragon Infinity. The Seraphinite just for the double extra normal. And then lastly, I tech 1 Star Eater just because we can make it easily with Ghost Ogre and a level 8 monster. So that's it for the deck, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. Again, without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And then I hope you guys have an awesome day.
It's not recording.